Alright, my testing. Hello student, thanks for waiting. So let's start. I believe last Thursday we actually stopped at the question number 6. So today we'll continue at the question 7. Alright. 55 seconds still countdown. Alright, thanks the student for counting down. Alright, so today we start at the question 7 here. The sum to infinity of the geometry progression is 6 and the sum of its first two terms is 5 and 1 over 3. So basically here we have two equations. So what we want to do right now is we need to form the two equations, and then after that we want to do about the simultaneous for it. So okay, so the first is the sum to infinity. Sum to infinity is basically is a 6 here, and the sum of the first two terms is a plus ar is basically 5 and 1 over 3. Or you can use the formula for S2, but S2 the formula is quite long, so I don't even like it. So I will just use the method like this. Alright, so okay, so here if I factorize the a is 1 plus r equals to 16 over 3. This is my first equation. Alright, another equation I will get from the sum to infinity, so which is a over 1 minus r equals to 6. Okay, so my a is basically 6 1 minus r. Second equation, I will sub the second equation back into the first equation. So therefore 6 1 minus r and then 1 plus r equals to 16 over 3. Alright, I will try to solve this one. This one is a plus b, a minus b. So I will get a squared minus b squared. The 6 I'm going to move to the other side, become 16 over 18. This is 1 minus r squared. This one should be a over 9, isn't it? So r squared will become r squared, I will get 1 over 9. If I minus it, 1 over 9. So r I will get positive square root 1 over 9, right? Positive negative 1 over 3. Done. Alright, so they only ask us to find a common ratio. So yeah, which is the r value, and we just did it here. Alright, it's not like super hard. Just you need to form two equations, and then after that you just do the simultaneous. Should be quite easy. So will you be able to do the IGCSE extended paper on the next live streaming? May June series coming in 2 months. Alright, for the IGCSE extended math, let me arrange first. When is the real IG exam? Normally I will just do like 1 or 2 weeks before the IG exam, but it's not really like the weekly thing. Because the SPM is actually on, I think it's 24th of March, isn't it? So yeah, so right now the IGCSE paper, I think I will still pending for the major is quite far from now, isn't it? Alright, let's go to the B here. I think B is not related to this one, then I will erase. But this B, this kind of question, right, I think it's quite similar to, I'm not sure it's SBP paper or what, but I definitely see some very similar question before. Okay, so during the outbreaks of the flu virus, I guess they somehow they don't want to say this is a COVID virus. They just say it's some flu virus in the town. So approximately the rate of infections increase daily by 15% from the previous day. So basically every day the number will increase 15%. So given that on the 1st of July the number of cases is 30, find the estimate total case for the months of the July. So first thing is we know it's actually increased every day 15%, isn't it? So first thing we need to know is July we have how many days? July we have 31 days. So our A is 30, so basically it's 30. So right now what I want to do is I want to sum from first day of July until last day of the July. So it's sum of 31 as 31. So since R is increased 15%, R is 100% plus 15% is 115%. Decimal called 1.15. So yeah, see, if R is bigger than 1, we need to use the formula A, and then this one should be Rn minus 1 over R minus 1. So we'll use this formula for this question. Then the part 1, we can just get the answer easily. So this is 30, 1.15 power of 31 minus 1 over 1.15 minus 1. Alright, so just type everything into the calculator. It should be fine here. 1.15 power of 31 minus 1. Close the bracket. Bottom is 1.15 minus 1. Alright, so I guess, so you can see this is how scary for all the virus actually increase. At first, the first day, the virus only have 30 cases. So like everyone is just don't care because it's just 30 cases, so little around the whole Malaysia, example. But after 1 month, the 30 cases actually become 15,000 cases. If you don't care, another 1 month, the number will just outbreak until like super terrible. So yeah, so therefore this is the scary part about the virus and also the geometry progression. Yeah, because it's increased. They call it compound interest. Yeah, they actually keep on accumulate until the very scary number. But because this is number of case, I don't like to put the number of case in decimal. So I will just round off to say it's close to 15029 cases. Because like 0.5 cases means what? Got half of the people actually got the virus, or 0.7 cases means what? So I don't like, I think I prefer round off them. Alright, so okay, then we go to the part 2. Starting from the 1st of August, preventive measure has been taken by the local authorities to deal with the outbreak. Given the number of new cases on the 1st August, 31st, or 1st August and 31st August is 2284 and 45464 case respectively, determines and estimate the infection rates for the duration from 1st of August until 31st of August. Do the preventive measure give a positive effect? Give your justification. Okay, first thing is we want to know how many percent, because like on the July they do tell us it's 15% daily, but then this one on the August we do not know the percentage, but they tell us the first day and the last day. So what we want to do here is from the accumulate number, so we can actually estimate what is the percentage. Okay, so what we want to do here is this is first day is still the S21. I mean, because August also have 31 day. All right, so we know August also have 31 days. So over here, my first day is 2284. So my sum of 31, which is the last day, is 45464. Okay, so what I want to do here, I just plug in to here to actually check my R. Okay, because over here we have some 2R form SN formula. Another one is 1 minus Rn over 1 minus R. But for this one, we assume R is less than 1. Okay, R is less than 1 means what? Means in this case, the virus is decreasing. But in this case, from the number we see here, we know R is must be more than 1, right? Unless the first day is something like 2284, then the S31, the last day maybe is about 46, something like this. Then I can see they are decreasing, right? So if they are decreasing, I'm going to use the second formula. But in this case, you can see first of the August is 2,000 cases. But at the end of the August, we have about 45,000 cases. So obviously it's increasing. Then I will assume the R is bigger than 1. So we will use the first formula. Okay, because sometimes you have two formula for Sn, so you must be very careful when you do it. Okay, this one is just about the explaining part. You don't need to write both formula here. So we just substitute everything into here and solve it. So 45464 equals to 2284. And this is Rn minus 1. And we have is R power of 31 minus 1 over R minus 1. We want to find R. So definitely I solve this number first. Hey, so we doesn't sum the days like this, isn't it? Because it's increased, it increase. Okay, because right now I'm thinking, should we use Sn or Tn? Because this one is on the, this is a daily case, right? Yeah, because here I think this is a daily case on August 31st. So this is a daily case. This is not really the sum of 31 days. So I think we don't use Sn over here. We'll use Tn. Okay, so this one should be T31. Okay, then Tn is very easy. So we know Tn is Arn minus 1. Ar n minus 1, 30, equals to 45464. So our power of 30 should be 45464 over 2284. Yeah, I think it's like this. Then the power 30 I move to the other side will become root of 30, isn't it? So you just type everything in the calculator and see whether I will get a nice answer or not. 45464 over 2284. So my R is about 1.105 or 48. So based on here means what? Daily rate is about, or daily increasing rate is about 10.48%, isn't it? Remember on July is about 15% increase per day. But on August right now is about 10.48% per day. So does the authority doing a good job or what? I think it's still okay. So do the preventive measure take a positive effect? I would say yes, because it doesn't get more worse. So, okay, because 10.48 is lesser than the 15%. Okay, so yeah, this is how I justify my answer. Yes, so because at first I thought your number is very big, so I thought, oh, maybe the 45,000 is like sum of the whole August. But I realized it is not. It is on the last day itself is about 45464. Then sum all together, the number is even more scary here. And how do I get 10.48? Because I need to minus 1 to know the real percentage. Okay? So it's relevant if we are not round off to the decimal, means to maintain the answer. Yeah, you can maintain the answer to 15028. If the decimal is 0.2 or 0.3, I think it should be fine in this case. So yeah, so I would say yes, it is effective lah. So yeah, so okay, I hope you get the idea. Alright, then we can go to the part B. So I'm not sure why so many people spam the WhatsApp. Okay, never mind, let's continue. Okay, so in the survey conducted in the school, it is found that 1 out of 3 students is selected to attend an intervention class. So if n students are randomly selected, the percentage that exactly a student is not selected to the intervention class is equal to 10 times the percentage of all the students selected to the class. Fine, calculate the value of n. Alright. And I guess this is sort of the binomial. My P is 1 out of 3 students, right? So it's 1 over 3. So I guess Q is just 2 over 3. We do not know what is our n value. But over here, we can use the probability sort of equals to the percentage, isn't it? So probability, so right now, they say it's like a student is not selected. So I will assume all the students selected is n. So have one student is not selected, I will just assume it's n minus 1. So it is okay, so and then it's 10 times the percentage of all students selected to the class. So it should be x equals to n, isn't it? So yep, this is have one not selected. Over here is all selected. Alright, and then we know the formula for x equals to r is NCR, PR, n minus r, isn't it? Q n minus r. Alright, so we will try to use this formula to try to sort out what is the n value. So alright, so this is your r value. This is your r value. So in this case, this one should be n factorial. Yeah, NCR is n factorial over n minus r factorial, isn't it? So this is n factorial over n minus 1 factorial, and then n minus 1 factorial. Yeah, it's sort of messy here. And this is 1 over 3 power of r, which is n minus 1. And then this is 2 over 3 power of 1. This is, yeah, this one should be n minus 1. This one should be 1, right? Yeah, should be 1. Because n, yeah, it's 1. Alright, so this one will be NCR. This is NCN, right? So NCN is basically, yeah, it's 1. NCN is basically, here is NCN. And then 1 over 3 power of n. And then this one will be 2 over 3 power of 0, isn't it? Yeah, I hope I didn't make any mistake. Alright, so let's do it. NCN is just 1, I can just ignore it. Then this one is 1 also, I can ignore also. So I just want to solve this one. This one, n minus 1. Even though got factorial, this one is basically n minus n, this is 1 factorial, isn't it? 1 factorial is still 1, so the whole thing here is 1, I just ignore it. Then this n factorial, I can expand, become n minus, multiply n minus 1, multiply n minus 1 factorial. Then this one and this one I can cut. Alright, then what I want to do is, this is minus 1, means I have 1 over 3 power of n divided by 1 over 3, multiply with 2 over 3. Then equals to 10, 1 over 3 power of n. Then this one is the same thing, I ignore it. So then I divide, I need to flip over this fraction only. So this one will become 3 over 1, multiply with 2 over 3, equals to 10. This one and this one I simplify, n equals to 2, move to the other side, 5, right? Yeah, n equals to 5, done. Yeah, maybe the way I solving it is a bit messy. So n minus 1, so I cannot understand. Okay, let's say right now we have n student here. We have n student who attend the intervention, right? Who actually selected to attend the intervention. So right now, exactly a student. Right now, it's not one student attend the intervention, you know. It's one student is not selected to the intervention class. So if n is 10, got one student is not selected, mean you will select 9 of them, isn't it? How do you get 9? You will take the 10 minus 1, isn't it? So this is the idea of n minus 1. Because got one student data is not selected. If only select one student for the intervention, then n equals to 1. But if one student is not selected, I will use total minus that 1 to find out the number will be selected, which is n minus 1. I don't know, I hope you can understand. This is the how I write out the n minus 1. Okay, so yes, done about A. Yeah, if about the factorial thing, you kind of need to go to do some revision on how to do the factorial things. Alright, B. A cross-country competition with the participant of, okay, so we have some 100 participant, and it's 100. Let me make this one thicker a little bit. Okay, and it's 100. Okay, then we know the time taken by each runner is normally distributed, which the mean is 45. Variance, I don't like about the variance. Yeah, they tell us the variance is 2 to 5. I prefer change the variance to standard deviation by square root of 2 to 5, which is 15. Okay, because I will use mean and standard deviation for normal distribution. So the runner who managed to complete the race within 40 minutes will award with the medal. So if you can run and end at like 40 minutes, you will get a medal. So find the probability of choosing a runner who did not get a medal. So therefore, this, if you do not want to get a medal, you need to make sure you run more than 40 minutes. Okay? Because I said within 40 minutes you will get a medal, isn't it? So more than 40 minutes, I will assume they will not give you any medal over there. So this one you just need to solve it. So this one is probability z is bigger than x minus mean over standard deviation. So this one will be 1 over 3, which is negative 5 over 15, right? Negative 1 over 3. Okay, you can use a Z table. Never mind. I use the table lah. Actually, I can use a calculator one, but it's fine. I assume negative 1 over 3 is over here. This one is more than 0.5. You can't use the table. So you need to find the yellow color part. This part is called what? Probability z is less than negative 1 over 3. But like, if you learn this topic, you know less and negative happen at the same time. You can change them into the z bigger than 1 over 3 because they have the same probability. So therefore, in order to get the so-called white color here, I need to use 1 to minus probability z is bigger than 1 over 3. Then I can find this one at the table. I hope this one do give us some table. Does any table provide in? Yep. 1 over 3 is 0.3333. So 0.33, right? 0.333. Yeah, it's about this one, but I need to minus a 3 or 4 here. Maybe I minus 4. So I will say is 0.431. 0.431. 0.431. Okay, this is how I use the table to actually get the 1 over 3. This is 0.333. I need to scroll for so many. Oops, it's over here. So it's minus 0.431. Oh my god, what's wrong? Why it doesn't let me to write? I think I need to close it and open again. I hope it should be fine now. The reason I don't like about window, it got so many problem. Okay, I hope I can write now minus 0.431. Definitely I will use a calculator to double check also. Enter, normal CD. Lower is 1 over 3. Upper is 10 power of 99. Oh my god, something wrong. This is exact. This is exact score. I thought this is probability. No, it's wrong, it's wrong. Yeah, luckily I do use a calculator to check. 369. So in order to get the 369, yeah, this is 0.33, right? Or 0.333. Okay, so if let me check again. Yeah, let's do it again. Sorry. Just now I teach you the wrong thing. A lot of students will say, sir, it's wrong, sir, it's wrong. Yeah, I know it's wrong. Oh my god, it don't even let me to erase it. It doesn't matter. So 0.333. So 0.33 is this one, which is 0. Oh my god, it got some problem already, you see. How many times he want me to erase it? Oh my god, one note bug again. Okay, but we can, the calculator is fine, so I can show you using the calculator. 0.33 is 0.7 3707. Then I need to tolak 3. I need minus 11. So you just imagine 3707. I cancel the 11 I cancel the 0 to minus 11. So yeah, this is exactly the answer I got just now, isn't it? So yep, we'll get about 369. Okay, so or 37. Okay, so then you just minus it. You will get 1 minus 0.369. So it's about 0.631. Alright, so yeah, this is how we got the part A. Okay, the organizer reward cash money to the first 10 runner that complete the run. If the Kamar is finished the race in 25 minutes, was he qualified for the reward? Okay, so I want to know is the first 10 person is within 25 minutes or after 25 minutes? So normally what I want to do is, okay, I know in order to get the first 10, right, you must faster than a certain time. So you need to spend the time less than t. And less than t, I only want 10 out of the total. Total I have 100 runner, isn't it? So it will be 10 out of 100 here. So because of this, then 10 over 100 we know is basically means 0.1, isn't it? So this one will be 0.1. And then I will solve this one. This is z t minus mean. Mean is 45 minutes over standard deviation is 15 minutes equals to 0.1. Alright. Then this one, the bell-shaped diagram tell me less than 0.1 is here. But this one is a negative value, isn't it? So what I want to do is I want to use the positive value to actually find it. So this is here is also 0.1, but I will use the z value table to find the positive one. After that, I add the negative by myself. So if you understand this, then I will just go to my table to look for 0.1. Okay, so I will look for 0.1. Okay, this now is the probability inside. Okay, maybe I scroll too fast with it. And then the computer that haven't react yet. Okay, yeah. Okay, 0.1, where is the 0.1? 0.1 is somewhere here. But then I want to minus 3 or 4. Okay, let's say minus 2. Okay, so this one called 1.281. 1.281. 1.281. Okay, then I scroll up. A lot of scoring here. Okay, so this one, according to table, yeah, you need some time to chill. Please let me erase it. I don't know. It's lacking now. Okay, so this one is 1.281, but the original value is at the negative zone, right? So it's negative 1.281. Alright, so therefore, this value is negative 1.281. T minus 45 over 15 is negative 1.281. So T is basically this value at a negative first, and then multiply 15, and then plus 45. So it's about 25.79. So whoever run the time less than 25.79 minutes will be rewarded with cash. We reward cash. So yeah, this is based on our calculation. Then is Karma will qualify for this reward? Yes, right, because Karma actually run in 25 minutes, which is less than 25.79 minutes. Then yes. So here, yes. Because it run because 25 is less than 25.79. Okay, so why not more than or equals to? Because we can be sharp that time, right? Okay, in this topic, alright, in this topic, x is bigger than a, or x is bigger or equals to a. In the normal distribution, they are equal. There's no difference. But they make a very big difference in the binomial distribution. But in normal distribution, they are actually equal. So have the equal sign, have no equal sign, both value, they will be the same. And if you want to know why, it's because a loss of this, the data is continuous one. So each of the data, they actually have the super big gap inside. So it's very hard to justify have equal or no equal. So example, so let's say I have a bell shape here. So let's say this is 2. This one might be 2.000000001 because it's continuous. Let's say I zoom infinite lah. So therefore, if this one, I can say z is bigger than 2, which is this area. Z is bigger or equals to 2 is also this area, because here this one is 2.000000001, a lot of zero. Depend here at how many zero I want to put. So therefore, for continuous data, right, have no equal sign and no equal sign, have no equal sign and do not have equal sign, we'll just assume they are the same thing. This one is 25.79 minutes. This one doesn't mean 79 seconds. 0.79 minutes times 60. This one is literally 47 seconds. Okay, so you don't ever assume 0.79 minutes equals to 79 seconds. They are not the same at all. Okay. So because time can have decimal, so I just put a 2 decimal over there. I will not round off. Okay, so alright, question number 9. Let me drink some tea. Alright, linear law. Okay, use a graph paper provided in the page 23. I already have the graph paper, but I'm not going to draw for you. I'm going to teach you how to draw, and then you just draw it yourself. So table 1 show the value of two variables T and P obtained from experiments to investigate the relationship between the temperature and the gas pressure of a type of gas, one type of gas. The relationship between the P and T is in this equation, which is something like p squared equals to qr power of t. Okay, this is the equation I get here. Based on the table 1, plot log 10 p against t using 2 centimeters to 5 units and 2 centimeters to 2 units on the 2 centimeter to 5 unit on the t-axis and 2 centimeter to 0.1 on the log 10 p-axis, and draw the best fit. So yeah, obviously you need to form a new table for log 10 p. This one is no doubt. So yeah, if you want, you can just rewrite the whole table. T remain unchanged according to the questions. This is 10, this is 15, then you have 20 and 25. 20 and 25. And then this one will be log 10 p. So log 10 p, what you need to do is you just log 10 one by one. So like log 10 2.05. So this one is 0. Okay, how many decimal depend on my log 10 axis? This is 0.1. 0.1 means I add one more decimal for it, so it can be up to 2 decimal. So I can say 3.1 is enough. The next one is 3.55. 3.55. Then this one will be 0.55. Then the next one is 5.62. Then I just enter 0.75. Then the next one is 6.18. Yeah, you can just do one by one, okay? 0.79. And then next one is 7.96. So this is 0.9. Last one is 10.71. Okay, 1.03. Okay, so after we done this one, so you can actually use a spreadsheet for we can use a spreadsheet to actually straight away find all the log 10 p value. Yes, you can, but then because not all the students have the same model of calculator, so I teach some manual way first. So yeah, so this manual way I believe all type of calculator also can do. Alright, then we need to follow the skill given here. They say for t here 2 centimeter for 5 units. So we have something like, let's say every 2 centimeter is like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then for log 10 p axis, every 2 centimeter is for 0.1. So here is sort of like 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. Oh my god, I need more space for it. 0.8, and then 0.9, 1, and 1.1. Okay, so you imagine I have not enough space here, but it doesn't matter. You imagine this is 1.1. Because I have about something like this. Then you just plot it accordingly. But my skill is so terrible, so I just give you the idea lah. So you just like plot. But this one start from -5, interesting. Then we still have a -5 here. Okay, -5 at 0.3 like that. And then we go to 5, have 0.3, 0.55, somewhere here. And then you have somewhere here, you have somewhere here. I believe eventually you will form a straight line. Okay, then you just draw on it. Okay. I'm not going to plot the exactly one because this one is just sketch. But you will use a graph paper, so which is very accurate. So it's found that one of the p value is wrong. Oh my god, this one there's no way I continue this class if I doesn't plot it. Okay, let's do it. I'm super lazy person, but let's do it. Oh my god. Every 2 centimeter. So assume here is -5 here, and this is 0. Let's say this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, then this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, 1.0. It's not enough. Oh my god. Need to make it lower a little bit. Okay, never mind then. Go all the way to the bottom. This is 0, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, then I will just draw a line at the middle. So this is 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.4, 0 0.3, 0 0.4, 0 0.5, 0 0.6, 0 0.7, 0 0.8, 0 0.9, 1, 1.0. Alright, this is 1.1. Okay, then let's draw it. Oh my god, where's my ruler? Because even this one is not really perfectly straight, so this allow me to have some minor mistake. Okay, so something like that. Yeah, because this one is, I believe someone scanned it, so it's not really perfectly square straight. So I will just do as nice as possible lah. Okay, okay, so this one is what I can do here. So okay, so let's zoom in now. Oops. So this one is basically log 10p, and this one is actually t value. Okay, so we will just plot accordingly. Can I crop it? Yeah, I believe I can crop this table and bring it to the bottom. I want to crop it and then move it to the bottom. I don't know, so hard to use this OneNote. Please follow me to the bottom. Okay. So your y-axis is not at 0. Thanks for letting me know my y-axis at the wrong line. It's the other side. Yeah, it should be here. Okay. Okay, now it's at the 0. Okay, hope it's perfect. Okay, so -5 as 3. Okay, it's 3.1 is somewhere here. So 5 at 5.5. Somewhere here. So 10 at 0 0.75. 0 0.75 is somewhere here. Then 15 at 0 0.79. 0 0.79. Somewhere here. 20 at 0 0.9. 0 0.9 is somewhere here. 25 at 1.03. 1.03 somewhere here. Okay, then I will just best fit it. Please let me rotate my ruler and try to best fit this one. Definitely because my graph paper is not perfect and the OneNote is lacking again. I'm not sure is it I opened too many things or what. But my computer should be more than enough to handle this one. Okay, let me just best fit it. Okay, this is the best I can draw. So obviously we can see there's one point is actually not so perfect, isn't it? So yeah, this point is super far from the line I want to draw, so I will just assume this is the wrong point here, because here on the part B they say it's found in one of the value of P has been wrongly recorded from the graph. Determine the correct value. So they only say the P value got problem, but it doesn't say the T value got problem. So therefore, I will move this point vertically down to the line, which is I will assume is somewhere about 6.8. Okay, so I will just say, yeah, the log 10p is about sorry, 0.68. What am I doing? I mean 0.68. 0.68. But they asked about P, right? So P is 10 power of 0.68. So it's 4.79. Okay, this one is the P value I assume I should change it in order to get a very accurate answer here. Okay, then what does C they want for? Okay, find Q and R is very common. So yeah, we have this equation. So what we want to do is let me do it at the bottom. P square QR power of T. P square equals to QR power of T. Okay, according to my table here, y equals to mx plus c. I know my y itself is log 10p. And I know my x itself is t. And m and c I can find later. But my equation must look like this after I simplify. So what I want to do is I want to make my equation look like that. Okay? So yeah, so I add the log 10 for both sides. Definitely. QR power of t. Power 2 I'm going to move to the front. Log 10p. And then here is multiply. Log rule tell me that multiply we can do plus, right? Alright, then the 2 I can move to the other side later lah. So this is log 10p. The t I'm going to move to the front. Become log 10r multiply t plus the log 10q. Alright, now I divided by 2 for both of these. So right now, if you see carefully, you should be able to see my log 10p now. My t, this is t. So therefore, this one will be my m value and this one will be my c value. Whenever if I have m and c, normally what I will do first is definitely I do the c first, because c is the vertical intercept. Vertical intercept we can easily get from the graph here. So if I zoom in my vertical intercepts, let's see what value I touch. I realize just nice is about 0.45. So if this one is a c value, then yeah, it's not hard to get, right, if this is a c. So I go back to here. What is my c? My c is this one, isn't it? So therefore, log 10q over 2 equals to 0.45. So log 10q equals to times 2 is 0.9. So q is 10 power of 0.9. Then I can get my q easily. So it's about 7.94. Okay, done. Find my q here. Then the next thing I want to find a gradient. This one is a gradient. So how to find a gradient from the graph? Normally I will just choose any of the 2 points I will touch one. So in this case I actually touch on is it a lot of points also I didn't touch? But it's fine. I assume I touch at this point and this point. So I'm going to use these two to actually find the gradient. This one is about 15 and 25, right? I'm going to use these two coordinates to find my gradient. So what is my gradient? My gradient is log 10r over 2. Log 10r over 2 is a gradient. Gradient tell me is what? Y minus y minus y over x minus x. Alright, so let's do it. 1.03 minus 0.79 over 10 at the bottom, isn't it? Then times 2, because I moved the 2 to the other side. So log 10r is 0.048. R is shift log, or just say 10 power of 0.048. Okay, so it's about 1.17 or 117 if you prefer 3 decimal. Okay, so yeah, this is how we get the what Q and R. It's not too bad. as long as you understand how to get the gradient from the graph and how to get the vertical intercept from the graph. So far so good. Before we move on to the coordinate topic, anything you want to ask? Yeah, because for the MF itself, does the question want to say tell us about how many decimal we should take? No, right? Yeah, you take at least 3 decimal lah. It will be good. Yeah, because a lot of students will ask me, sir, what is a hot topic for MF? I would say it's because MF literally come out every single topic. So there's no like, oh, sport specific topic, then other topic doesn't come out. No. Almost all the topic is coming out. But some is like selection one. So like the section C. Like solution of triangle, index number, linear programming, and one more is what? Kinematics. Yeah, this one 4 choose 2. So you can like give up any of 2 topics. So if you ask me like which topic is like you recommend me to focus since only left about few weeks, I say many times, focus on those topics coming out in paper 1 and paper 2. Because if you master one topic, you can do both paper. Like progression come out for two paper. Like integration come out for 2 paper. Like coordinate geometry come out for 2 paper. But like permutation and combination only come out for 1 paper. So you just see which one is easier for you to understand, then just go for it. It's very hard to say. Yeah, I think 2021 definitely will be slightly different. First, the format is no longer the same. Because for KBSM, your paper 1 MF is 25 question. Right now, they changed to 15 question. So if you change to 15 question means what? Means you actually have more long questions on the paper 1. Yeah, paper 2 is about the same, but then paper 2 you can choose, paper 1 you cannot choose. So yeah, I hope this year they doesn't come out something too crazy. I don't know, but do expect some K-Bar question like every year. And then like I say, whenever you see any K-Bar question, if you read one time, you have no idea what is going on, skip that question first. Go to do other questions. Then once you finish those questions, you can finish one, you can do one, then only you come back to those like hard questions. Okay, some question if you read one time, roughly got some idea, but you're not so sure, yes, you can read about second time or third time. But if you read finish one time, you have no idea what the question talking about. Move on to the next question. Leave one whole page or what for that question, then only you come back to do it after that. Okay? So in your opinion, which degree has the hardest trial paper? I don't know. Because I remember the MRSM, it's not MRS, Selangor. I think, I'm not sure it's set 1 or set 2. Got one drawn question, one is very hard. Because one of the MF teacher come to ask me. And then I can do part A, B, and C. The last part D, I cannot do. They say something like, oh, the satellite actually lost control or something like that. The satellite make the drone lost control. So the drone will fly on which direction. I have no idea. Because first thing, I never played drone before. I do not know how it's actually, how it's work. Is it because based on the antenna or based on the satellite or what? So yeah, that question is very hard. I guess it's the coordinate geometry. Need to work out something about the locus one. But each state also got few questions is quite hard. Yeah. Just depend you can get it or cannot get it lah. Okay, so even I do the SBP one, also got few questions, it's quite challenging as well. Okay, so let's continue. So this diagram 5 show the quadrilateral ABCD. They give us A, they give us D, they give us M. M is the midpoint of AC. And then point B lies on the perpendicular bisector of AC. So I draw a perpendicular bisector line first. Perpendicular bisector of AC. So it's roughly like this. This is about 90 degrees. Then M is the midpoint. Then it's bisect it. Then yeah, this one will be the line here. So first thing is I find the coordinate C first. So C I'm going to call it xy here because I have the midpoint, right? So okay, so I will say x minus 9 over 2 equals to -5 equals to the middle x value, isn't it? Then comma y plus 9 over 2 equals to 3. Okay, let's solve this one. So x equals to -10 plus 9 -1, y equals to 6 minus 9 minus 3. So my coordinate C is basically -1, -3. I might need to use it later. We do not know. But I just write it down first. So the C is basically -1, -3. Okay, so now we want to find the equation perpendicular bisector. I say perpendicular bisector equation, right? You need two information. First, you need the midpoint. In this case, we already have the midpoint, which is the M. And then you need the M2, which is the perpendicular gradient. Okay, so midpoint have already. Let's find about M1 first. So I find the gradient for AM or AC, it doesn't matter. So yeah, so it's y minus y over x minus x. So this is 6 over -4. So it's -3 over 2. So I want to find the perpendicular gradient, which is the M2. So M2 will become M1, M2 equals to -1, right? I sub into this formula. So my M1 is -3 over 2 times M2 equals to -1. Then I can get my M2 is 2 over 3. Right, now I got the gradient for this line, which is 2 over 3. And I got the midpoint already, which is coordinate M. Then I can form the equation. Y minus y1 equals to M, x minus x1. I need two information. M2 is equals to 2 over 3. Midpoint is equals to -5, 3. Alright, just plug this one into the x1 and y1. So y minus 3 equals to 2 over 3, x plus 5. So y minus 3 equals to 2 over 3x plus 10 over 3. Then we will plus 3 here. So y equals to 2 over 3x plus 40 over 3. No, times 3 only, sorry. 19 over 3. Okay, this is how we form the perpendicular bisector. Because perpendicular bisector means it will be 90 degrees to the line AC, and then you will touch the midpoint of AC. Alright, then after we done already, we can find the point B, because B is lying on this equation. So for the B here, the x is -8, y is k. Y is k, x is -8. So it's -16. So k is 3 over 3, isn't it? Which is 1. Alright, so I got the coordinate. This one will be B is -8, 1. Okay, so now I got the A and C. Ask us to find the quadrilateral. Then I just use the quadrilateral equation. Alright, so let's do it. I don't think I need the perpendicular equation anymore, so I just erase it. So the area just half. Then insert the A, B, C, D. Repeat the A. Coordinate A is -9, 9. B is -8, 1. C is -1, -3. D is 1, 9. Repeat the first one. Okay, so then we will just like multiply one by one. So in this direction first. So this one is -9 plus 24 minus 9 plus 9. And then we will minus. At the opposite direction, I will multiply like this, okay? -72 minus 1 minus 3 minus 81. Alright, then the rest of it, I will just use the calculator to do for it lah. -9 plus 9, no need lah. Plus 24 minus -72 minus 1 minus 3 minus 81. Okay. It's 172. Then I divide it by 2. My area will be 86 units square. Okay, so yeah, it's not too bad. As long as you doesn't make any carry mistake, then yeah, this 4 mark is actually quite okay. Alright, then they actually tell us the circle Z here. You do see a Z here, isn't it? The circle Z actually represents the locus moving at the point P such that its distance from A is always constant. So the point D lies on the Z. Find the equation of Z. Okay, so am I got it correct? Yeah, I hope I didn't make any careless mistake, did I? Because sometimes I will accidentally make some careless mistake. Alright, I hope I'm correct. If I'm wrong, let me know. Alright, so this one, since it doesn't learn about equation of the circle, then we will just use the locus. So the first thing is, since we know there will, so the P is somewhere here, somewhere at the circle. It can be any point at the circumference, that it doesn't matter. But the distance of A to P must be always same with the distance from A to D, right? This is what the question say. They say the P moves such its distance from A is always constant. So therefore, what I want to do right now is I want to find the distance of AD. Alright, if I want to find the distance of AD, I will just say AD equals to square root of maybe I say x minus x square plus y minus y square. Hey, actually you can straight away see lah. This here is about 10 here. But you can use the distance formula. You will still get 10 here. Alright, since the distance is 10, then we can know AP will always same with the AD. So therefore P is xy, right? So therefore x plus 9 square plus y minus 9 square will always equals to 10. Then we will just solve this equation. So we will get x squared plus 18x plus 81 plus y squared minus 18y plus 81 equals to square root, move to that, 10 squared, that is 100. So x squared plus y squared plus 18x minus 18y. 81, 162. 162 is becomes 62 equals to 0. So this is the equation of locus they are looking at. Yeah, because it's parallel to the x-axis. So this is the reason why I know 10 without using the distance formula. Because both of them have the same y value, right? So basically it's a parallel line. Then you can just see from -9 to 1 is the 10 units. Alright, so yeah, this is how we get the last 3 marks. So total is about 10 marks. Any questions so far for these 10 mark coordinate questions? Okay, so yeah, because you actually delay like 10 seconds or 15 seconds after I talk. So yeah. It's -62 because I thought 81 plus 81 is 162 minus 100, right? It should be positive 62. But anyways, good to see you here for the cray. Okay, then we go to the question 11. Alright, so integration. So in this diagram, actually we have a curve x squared plus 3, and then we have a equation of tangent. The gradient of equation of tangent is 6. Alright, so gradient is equal to 6 for the straight line. Find the area of shaded region, gives 7 mark. Wow, it's very kind. Okay, so not plus 62, correct. Am I Okay, use the calculator, sorry, 81 plus 81, and then minus 100, right? Is okay, it's 62, it's 62. You make me doubt myself. All right, so first thing is, since m equals to 6, we know at the tangent point, dy dx will same with the gradient of tangent, isn't it? So since gradient of tangent here is 6, then I know my dy dx will same with the gradient of tangent at the point P. So from this information, I can actually get the coordinate of P. So therefore, I will do the dy dx for x squared plus 3. I will get 2x plus 3 equal 2x only, sorry. 2x will equals to the 6. X will equals to 3. So from here, I know this one is 3. I want to get the y coordinate if I want to. Then I will get x squared plus 3. I sub into here. Y equals to 3 squared plus 3, which is 12, isn't it? So this one will be 12. So my coordinate P is basically 3 and 12. Okay, so after I got this already, definitely I need to find the equation of tangent so that I can find the so-called x-intercept of the tangent. Equation of tangent, first thing we do, we have the gradient, which is 6. And then we have a coordinate, we can easily form the equation. So which is y minus 12 equals to 6x minus 3. So my y minus 12 equals to 6x minus 18. So y equals to 6x minus 6. Alright, so at the x-intercept mean y equals to 0, right? So y equals to 0 for x-intercept. So therefore, 0 equals to 6x minus 6. So 6 equals to 6x, x equals to 1. So therefore, I know the intercept here is 1. Alright, so right now, I guess I can find the shaded region. So in order to find the shaded region, so I can say area of shaded region is, I will integrate the curve minus the triangle, isn't it? Integrate the curve is, I will integrate the x squared plus 3 from 0 to 3. Okay, dx minus the triangle half time base. Base is 2 unit, the height is 12 unit. So it's 2, 12. Okay, so yeah, this one just integrate as usual. 3, 0. This one I simplified minus 12. So the area of triangle is just 12. Then here I will just insert into here. So it's about 27 over 3 plus 9 minus 12. So this is 18 minus 12. The final answer should be 6 units square. Okay, so yeah, this is how we get a 7 mark. So, okay, so I hope you get the idea. So, okay, then we go to the part B. So the volume of the revolution in terms of pi. When the region powered by the curve and the y equals to 12. Okay, I need to add one line here, which is y equals to 12. This line is y equals to 12. So the area surrounded by the curve, this line and y-axis, I guess they are talking about this area, this yellow color area. So this area going to be rotate on the y-axis 360 degree. So basically they're going to rotate here 360 degree. So first thing is, I know this one is 12, but I do not know this value. So I need to make x equal to 0 to find y-intercept. Y equals to 0 squared plus 3. Y is equal to 3. So this value is 3. So now I want to find the volume. So in order to find the volume, we know on the y-axis is pi, a to b. Here is dy, here must be x squared, isn't it? So this one is the volume when you rotate on the y-axis. So I don't have the x squared as a subject, so I want to rearrange the equation to make it x squared as a subject. So this is the equation of the curve. I move the plus 3 to the other side. X squared is y minus 3. because in order to get the volume rotate on y-axis, I need y minus 3 here to integrate. So my volume is pi from 3 all the way to the 12. X squared is y minus 3 dy. Alright, so in terms of pi, so I'll leave the pi over there. I'm not going to touch it. Integrate here is y squared over 2 minus 3y from 12 to 3. Then here we can just substitute is 144 over 2 minus 36. And then this one is 9 over 2 minus 9. Alright, we can use the calculator here. This one is 72, right? 72 minus 36. And then minus bracket 9 over 2 minus 9. Close the bracket. So it is about 81 over 2 pi or 40.5 pi. Okay, like I always do is I will always use the calculator to check my answer to make sure I don't make any carry mistake, because sometimes I do. So 81 over 2, yeah, so it's I'm very confident my answer here is the correct one. Okay, so must be very careful, and you need to know what is the formula when you rotate on the y-axis. If you know everything, this 10 mark is also another bonus mark for most of the students, because it's not like very hard. Even the integration also in the simple part, it's not really like super crazy. Okay, done question 11. Anything you want to ask me? Okay, next question. Okay, section C already. I think what is time now? Okay, I think I will do 3 questions. I will skip the linear programming. If you are the student who choose linear programming, I'm sorry to you. But yeah, I will just do anything but linear programming. Okay, so this is all the information here, and then this one is the index number for 2019 based on 2017. It's 19 based on 17. And then this one, I believe this one is the weightage. Okay, so weightage for all the model of A, B, C, D. Okay, right now we are talking about motorcycle. Okay, so A. If the price of the model B in 2017 is, okay, with B the index number is 105, isn't it? 2017 is this price. What's the price for 2019? Alright, so then we can do price for 2019 over price for 2017, 5550. Multiply 100, I will get 105. So by solving this one, I can get price for 2019. So it's 1.05 times 5550. So it's about RM 5827.50. Money, I put 2 decimal. Sir, how we know the question 1, the yellow area? Oh, then you need to kind of read the sentence here. They say, when the region is pulsed by the curve, surrounded by the curve, and the straight line, and the y-axis, you check the graph, which area actually surrounded by the curve, and the y equals to 12, and the y-axis, you realize it's a yellow color part. Okay, I hope I do answer your question for the what? 问题. Alright, so, okay, B. The price of the index of the model C in the year 2021 is based on 2017 and 2019. So right now you have 2 index number. The first index number here is 2021 based, I write short form now, right? 2021 based on 17 is equals to 146.4, and 2021 based on 19 is 120. This is what the question tell me. Find the value of P. So if I want to find the value of P here, right now we are talking about motorcycle C, right? Okay, so this one, we have the, for C, this one is for model C. We also know for 19/17 is P. Based on the question, you can see here, 1917 is P. Okay, so after I understand this one, I kind of will do a change rule here. But this is how the change rule works. So for the index number for 21/17 will equals to 21/19 times 19/17 divided by 100. Okay, you just pay attention at the middle number 19 and 19 must be the same. Just imagine you cancel them, you get 2117. 2117. Do you see the overall idea? If you did, then I will just substitute everything I have here. 2117 is 146.4. 2119 is 120. 1917 is P divided by 100. So by solving this one, I will get 122 is not mistaken. 146.4 times 100 divided by 120. So I get 122. So yeah, this is how I get a P. But understand this change rule here. Alright, so done the part 1. Yellow color is very not obvious here. Alright, so describe the change in the selling price of the model C. So I would say 122 means what? Mean increase 22% from what year 2019 2017 to 2019 for model C. Okay, 100% means it stay the same, so 122% means is increase 22%. So why have to divide 100? Alright, this is the shortcut of the change rule. But if you prefer the long way, yeah, you go to watch my index number video. I actually do explain how this thing will come from. Okay, so do I want to explain here? Okay. One last time. Explain here. Okay, let's say we from the formula 2117, right? We know this one is basically is what? This one index number rule. I know this is Q21 times Q17 divided by 100, isn't it? Is it this how we get the index number? This one times this one divided by 100 ma? Yeah, correct. Okay. So over here, what we want to do here is in order to divide 100, divide 100, I will just leave it there, or I put at the bottom. So in order to get the what Q, okay, well, I want to get something like this, isn't it? So what I will do is for each of these, like 2119 is I have something like this, right? Never mind. It's very troublesome. This is the reason why I don't really like to explain about this. This one is time Q19 over 100, isn't it? Am I remember the formula right correctly? Oh no, I remember the formula wrongly. This is Q21 over Q17 times 100. Okay. Now this is the correct one. This is Q21 over Q. No wonder I find it very strange. Okay, so for Q1917, this is Q19 over Q17 times 100. Yeah, actually I didn't memorize the formula. So whenever I try to recall the formula, it make me like, why this happened? Okay, now you see this multiply 100, I erase it, I move to the other side, become divide 100. This one I move to the other side, become divide 100. Okay, so over here, I want to do the change rule for this one, times 100. Okay, how to get Q21 and Q17? Based on the chain rule is Q21, Q17. Middle these two must be the same letter, which is Q19 and Q19. Alright, so then you understand this one because I simplify, I get Q21 and 17, isn't it? Then here, Q21 and Q19 is over here, isn't it? It's I19/17 over 100. And this one, 1917 is this one. Another one is this one. Okay. So this is this one, sorry. So this is I21/19 over 100. Then this one will be over here, isn't it? Time I19/17 over 100 time 100. Then this 100 and 100 I simplify. Then I got the formula just now. 21/19 times 19/17 over 100. Okay? Now you know how it's divided by 100. Yeah, it's actually, but then in the exam they do not need this step. Do not need this step. So this is a reason why most of my students, I will just ask them doing the last step is enough. Okay, so I hope I do answer your question for Jinghao. You owe me a Milo ice. Alright, so okay, we done about A and part 1 and part 2. So let's go to the C1 here. It's given the price of the model A in 2017 and 2019 is these two price respectively. Find the R. Okay, so for model A, the R is the index number for it. Okay, it's nice. So in order to get the index number, I can use the price for 19 over price for 17 times 100. Then I will just do this one. I'm doing the index number rule, so I got the A. I believe it's just 2 mark maybe. Okay, then for the part 2, if the composite index for the motorcycle for 19 based on 17 is 116.4. Okay, composite index is 116.4. Find the value of Q. Alright, so okay, so I insert all the value I have here. This is 110, this is 122. Composite index is, what's the value again? 116.4. 116.4. Let's do it. Okay, so composite index is all the index number multiply the weightage, isn't it? So for the A multiply with A here is Q. So it's 110Q plus 105 will multiply with B. B is 2, right? So it's 105 times 2 plus 122. C will be 8, right? C will be 8. So I multiply the 8. Plus the next one is 116 times D. 116. The weightage of D is 7, isn't it? Divided by total weightage, which is Q plus 2 plus 7 plus 8, or plus 8 plus 7 is equals to 116.4. By solving this one, you should be able to get the Q easily. Alright, let's do it. 105 times 2 plus 122 times 8 plus 116 times 7. Okay, 110Q plus 1998. This one, bottom, this one is 17. Q plus 17 equals to 116.4. I move the other side, like crossover multiply. 110Q plus 1998 equals to 116.4 times 17. Okay, so 116.4Q plus 1978.8. Alright, then Q and Q we group together. Let me erase this thing. So this is 116.4Q minus 110Q. This is 1998 minus 1978.8. Okay, so this one is basically 6.4Q, isn't it? So this one minus 1998. So this one should be 19.2. Then my Q is divided by 6.4. 3. Okay, the negative 3 ignore because I want to do some shortcut. Alright, this is how we get the Q. Then we got the full mark over here. Okay, so yeah, 5 mark done. Alright. Actually, I don't feel to discuss all the questions here. but let's do it. Oh my god, I already start to feel a bit tiring. Yeah. Okay, let's do this one. The diagram A is the quadrilateral. Okay, I can see it, PQRS. And PRS is basically is the obtuse angle. I said before, obtuse angle means the angle must be between 90 and 180. This is what we call obtuse angle, which is at the second quadrant if you learn about trigonometry. Alright, so find the angle PRS. So the question asked me to find this angle. Let's do it. Obviously, it's a sine rule, isn't it? So I will just do it here. So sine theta over opposite length 13.58 equals to 26.6, right? Sine 26.6 over 8.599. Okay, this one put at least 3 decimal. Make sure you calculate it in degree because right now everything in degree right now. So I will just do sine 26.6 close bracket over 8.599 multiply 13.58 8, and third I will get some value. If you want more mark, you just write this one down 4 decimal at least. Then I will just do shift sign my answer. Then I will get okay, theta is 45, but you shouldn't be so happy now because this one is not the obtuse. This one we call acute angle. So in order to get obtuse, we will need to use second quadrant, right? 180 minus theta. So your obtuse angle is 135. So therefore, angle PRS is 135 degree. Okay, so because this one is at the second quadrant, 135. Okay, then done the A1. If PR extend to the M, so such that the angle remain the same RPS and MPS. And yeah, I would say this one is important one. The RS and MS must be same length. So I would just assume, okay, right now I'm going to extend until it look like the same here. My M. RS and MS, they will look like the same length. Okay, how about the angle? The angle is just trying to make sure PRM are the straight line. Okay, it's just to make sure PRM is the straight line. Okay, so this is the purpose of telling you, oh, the MPS and RPS must remain the 26.6 degree. So modern math, when you teach, because modern math is first. This year I don't think I will touch about modern math, and I see YouTube have a lot of very good modern math teacher. You feel free to go to check it out because I haven't had time because I mean this whole year and last year I focused on the A-level and OS math, which is the university pre-university level. So I haven't had time to touch the modern math because I know your modern math have the networking, have the insurance, and have the taxation, right? I haven't have time to read because in order to master it, I need to read and do a lot of practice. So I haven't touched it yet because this year a lot of students ask me, sir, can you teach the master class for modern math? I also reject them because I still don't have time. But this year I think maybe I will focus back on the modern math like after your SPM because yeah, a lot of new syllabus I need to go into it. I look into it. So I'm so sorry about the modern math student. Okay, where am I? Okay, so they asked me to find the PM. Okay, so if here is 45 degree, I mean here is 135, here will be 45. Then here will be another 45. Then here will be 90 degree. If this is 90 degree, then it's easy for me to find R to M. Because R to M is the hypotenuse, isn't it? So therefore, in order to find RM, it's basically square root of 8.599 square plus 8.599 square. (8.599 square plus 8.599 square). So yeah, it's about 12.161. 12.161. Alright, but I still need to find about the PR. Alright, so PR, I can find the last angle here by doing 180. 180 minus 145 minus 26.6. So it's 8.4. Alright, I want to find the length of PR. I'm going to use the rule again. It depends, you prefer sine rule or cosine rule, it doesn't matter, but I prefer sine rule. Okay, so I will say PR over sine 8.4 equals to, I don't know, 8.599 over sine 26.6. Okay, then I can get my PR here. 8.599 over sine 26.6, close the bracket, multiply sine 8.4, close the bracket. Alright, this is 2.805. Alright, so therefore, the PM is equals to, here is 2.805. PM is equal to 2.805 plus 12.161. Plus 12.161. 14.97. Or 3 decimal, 9966 centimeter. So isn't it 135? Yeah, it's 135. No, I taking about this angle and this length one. So I didn't use 135. Or am I taking the wrong thing? Let me see. PR over 8.5, sine 8.5. And this one over 26.6. Yeah, because 2 point something look like a bit too short. But is this the correct answer? Yeah, I believe some of you have the marking scheme, isn't it? I have also, but I'm a bit lazy to tag. What is the length? No, it's 18. P to M. Hey, it's 145, is it? Oh my god. Don't tell me I do. It's 135. Hey. Am I got it correct? 45 degree 135, right? 135. Oh, I typed wrongly, is it, just now? 180 minus 135 minus 26.6. It's 18.4. Shit. So this 18.4, so this length will change a little bit. 8.599. Type again. Sine 26.6 times sine 18.4. This is 6.062. Okay, so 6.062 plus this one plus 12.161, 18.223. Okay, I hope it is correct now. Yeah, I don't want to make so many mistakes. Yeah, I hope it should look correct now. Okay, so let me move on to the next one. Okay, then they asked us to find the angle of PRQ. Where is PRQ? PR and Q is this one, theta. So in order to find this one is a cosine rule for sure. So what is the formula for cosine rule? So cos theta equals to, or cos A lah, don't use theta. Cos A equals to B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC, isn't it? So therefore, cos theta in this case, B and C will be both side. So this side is, just now I correct already, right? 6.062. Okay. 6.062 square plus the other side 7.813 square minus 12.21 square over 2. Yeah, a loss of number. Yeah, this might be a reason some students just don't like this topic. Alright, then I can find my theta, I hope so. Fraction 6.0062 square plus 7.813 square minus 12.21 square over 2 times 6.062 times 7.813. Enter. Shift cost answer. Okay, only cost have negative, no need to find reference angle. You can straight away do like this. So therefore, angle of what? PRQ is 122.79. Okay, done. Another 3 mark. Okay, then they ask us to find the area for this thing. PQRNS. PQRMS. So basically they ask about whole diagram. Alright, so I will just plus 2 triangle here. First is the bottom triangle. This angle is 90 plus 18.4, so it's 108.4. Here is 8.599. The other one is 13.58. I can use the sine rule for this one. And then this one, I also got one of the angle. I can use the sine rule. The angle in between is 122.79. And then this one is 7.813. And then this one is 6.062. Alright, so I'm going to use double sine rule. I mean, not to say, I'm going to use the sine rule for 2 times to plus both of the triangle together. Then I will got the final answer correct. Okay, so okay, let's do it here. So the area is half 6.062 and then 7.813 and then sine 122.79 plus half time 13.58 times 8.599 and then sine 108.4. Okay, just add all together, you will get the nice answer. Okay, you're going to type the answer by yourself. I'm not going to type for you. Alright, so yeah, this is how we do this one. Make sure you calculate it in degree, then you shouldn't make any mistake here. Alright, last question for today. 11 ready. Let's see how many students stay until now. We have about 60 students. Okay, we have a toys car move in a straight line, and then we have some velocity here. Negative 4t squared plus 56t minus 160. Where time in the second after passing through a fixed point O, this sentence tells us t equals to 0, s equals to 0. Okay, so later we can use it to find c if we need it. Yeah, because today I have about non-stop class like 2 to 3:30 and then 4 to 6, and then straight away I rest for a while, then 9 until now. So it's like non-stop class. Alright, so they asked us to find the displacement function and acceleration function in terms of t for toys car. So find A first. A is look very easy. So A is differentiated dv dt. So it's negative 8t plus 56, just like that. Okay, this A. S, we need to integrate v dt. So I will just integrate negative 4t squared plus 56t minus 160. So this one is negative 4t cubed over 3 plus 56t squared over 2 minus 160t plus c. So since s equals to 0, t equals to 0, you sub in, you will get c equals to 0. So my s equation is, I don't know why they give 2 mark for 2 differentiation and integration. Is very crazy, the mark. Maybe your teacher think, oh, differentiate and integrate is very easy, you should know how to do. Alright, this is my s, and this is 28, right? Yeah, this is equation of A and equation of S. Done. 2 mark. Okay, then the toys car will lose control if we reach the velocity limit. Okay, this is some keyword. Reach velocity limit at the same time mean reach maximum speed or maximum velocity. Okay? Or 40. Determine whether whether in the given motion the toys car will lose control, will lose its control. Justify your answer by calculation. So right now, if the toys car can reach about 40, then the toys car will lose control. So right now we do not know whether this toys car will reach the 40 or not. So we want to find it. So we want to find what is the maximum velocity for this toys car. So maximum velocity mean dv dt equals to 0. And dv dt actually is a, right? So a equals to 0. We have the a equation on the top here. So when a equals to 0, negative 8t plus 56 equals to 0, t equals to 7. So from the calculation here, I know at the 7 second the velocity will go to the maximum. So I want to know how fast is the maximum here. Then we sub the 7 into the velocity equation. Then I will just type the whole thing. 949 plus 56 times 7 minus 160. Okay, so maximum is 36 meter per second. So therefore the toys car will never lose control because 36 is less than 40, right? Yeah, because the toys car will only lose control when he reach 40, but 36 is less than 40, so therefore it will never lose control. All right, done. A and B. Last one. During its motion, the toys car stopped twice. Find the total distance traveled by the toys car between the two stops. So I want to know velocity equal to 0, the particle actually stopped, right? So velocity equal to 0, I should get two different time value. And these two different time value, I will have two different displacement. Let's say this displacement is A and B. So from here, the question want to know what is the distance from A to B. So what we want to do now is we will make V equal to 0 to find out two time, and then we sub into the displacement equation to get two displacement or two location. Then location A and B, I can easily find the distance between them. Get the overall idea? Then let's do it. Okay. So when V equals to 0, negative 4t squared plus 56t minus 160 equals to 0 divided by negative 4, right? So minus 14t minus plus 40 equals to 0. So this is t minus 4t minus 10 equals to 0. Then t equals to 4 and t equals to 10. So this is the two times the particle actually stopped. But where is it? Where is it? In order to find where is it, I need to sub into the S equation. So therefore I will do S4. So negative 4 over 3. Okay, never mind, I'll just write down. 4 cubed, 64. Okay, plus 28, 4 square, 16. This one is 640, isn't it? Times 4. So let's do it. Times 64 plus 28 times 16 minus 640. I hope I didn't make a mistake. Alright, it's negative 832 over 3. Then I want to find about S10. So negative 4 over 3, and this is 1000 plus 28, this is 100 minus 1600. Okay, so change this one to 1000, change this one to 100, change this one to 1600. Alright, so definitely I want to find a distance. So distance between two stops is negative 400 over 3 minus negative 832 over 3. So minus negative 832 over 3. So yeah, it's about 144 meter. This one will be the distance between them, between these two stops. Don't tell me my answer is wrong. I hope my answer is correct, or else I need to redo the whole thing. Okay, so it's not too bad for kinematics, and this is about 10 mark in total. So if you get the general idea, right, yeah, it should be fine for you. And the last one is a linear programming. Yeah, I'm not going to do this. You can try and do. If you cannot do, can discuss in my Discord channel. Okay, so, or you can discuss in my y equals mx+c Facebook group over there. Alright, so yeah, I know a lot of you joining the Facebook group. Make sure you fill in your some detail, right? Like where are you from, what's your name, and why you want to join. Yeah, because normally student who doesn't fill up anything, I will not allow them to join the Facebook group. Yeah, and Discord, everyone can join. Telegram also, everyone can join over there. Alright, so yep, anything you want to ask me, or else I will end the live streaming today. And for my masterclass student, I will see you guys tomorrow to finish the SPP. I'm not sure the SPP paper will finish already or not. If finish, we will go to another new paper. Yeah, whoever still want to join the last minute, the masterclass, yeah, you can just pay 40 ringgit per month and to actually join, and then you can watch back all the previous content. Yeah, I know it's just 1 month away from the MF. Your MF is on 24th of March, right? Yeah, so for all my public class students, I will just see you guys again on the next Thursday. I think we can have few more classes before your real SPM MF. So yeah, enjoy your coming weekend and stay safe, because right now if you stay in Malaysia, yeah, Malaysia's situation is so terrible. We have close to 30,000 COVID cases, and I have few students also got COVID, and then I have my friend and my relative also got COVID. So make sure you really wear your mask properly, stay the proper social distance, and then eat more vitamin C or anything can boost your immune system. Take care, and I will see you guys around at my YouTube channel. And see you next week. Masterclass students, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.